Okay, everything seems nice and dry. So let's start working on this. Now, for the first time probably since I started painting this ship, at least today I have an idea of how far I'm going to go and how much I want to paint. Even back from when I started the sketching, it's been just figure it out as we go. So, and you know, we may have to do some more of that even still before we're done. But all right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start off with the sky. I just want to tape this ocean off because I don't want any of the sky color to get into the water yet. So just in case my brush gets a little bit sloppy, which it could. Okay, so we're going to start off by oiling this down. I think we'll just do that. We'll do that with a fan brush. Why not? So I would like to get the sky and the water done, and then I'm going to stop and let that dry, however many days that might take. We'll come back and do the ship and the sails. I want to work on some of my portraits today, so I'm going to do that. So there'll be a video of that today as well. And I don't know when it's going to get uploaded to YouTube, but so we've got some spots. Rather than break the sky up into parts, we're bringing it onto the ship all the way down to here, and right here and there. So all right, I just passed over the second piece of tape, so I guess I did a good job of moving that down pretty good. All right, now we're just going to oil out the whole rest of the ship because I want an even number of coats of this clear medium wherever it goes. All right, now even though I know what parts I want to paint, I still haven't decided what I want to paint as far as where it's going to go and all that kind of stuff. Now, this is not my usual clear medium that I make. That stuff is usually pretty lean and it dries too fast for this larger painting for what I need to get done. So, okay. Let's start off with, I'll tell you what, let's start off with some cad orange, not cad orange, cad yellow. Just looking to see where it is. I know it's over here on the other side of the paint thing. Here it is. This is cad yellow medium, which I think that ought to work okay. I might put a little bit, we'll lighten it a little bit in some places, but oh, you know what, before I do that, let me wipe off I'm using my glass palette today. I had some paper palettes and I wanted to finish using those up, so for the last couple of months, I guess, I've been working on that because I had a bunch of them. And then I'll go back to my glass palette full time. All right, cad yellow. Put that right there. So it'll take a little bit of getting used to again, I guess. Now, I spent about an hour this morning trying to clean off the tubes, my tubes of paint. So today we're going to do this right. We're going to put this plastic over the top. This is just a sandwich bag. And then close this lid over the top. And that will keep the paint out of the, from thickening up the threads, thickening up on the threads, and I can trim that off later, make it a little bit neater, but it's okay for now. All right, cad yellow. Let's use a 1-inch brush for this part. And I think what we're going to do, I think the way I want to do this is let's just start down here. I don't want to glob this on. I just want to kind of ease this onto the canvas and see how it goes. All right, now I got some right here. Now I'm not too worried about getting any on the sails because I can just wipe that off with a Q-tip. These are oils, traditional oils, if you're watching for the first time. That's basically all I do is oils. Every once in a while I'll do an acrylic, but mostly not. Just bring this guy up a little bit at a time. Make kind of sunrisey looking sky here in a minute. Okay. They're not quite even. I don't guess they really need to be completely even, but that's okay. Get that inside the sails. All right. Now we're going to take a little bit of the Alizarin Crimson, which is on the other side of the table, but here we go, we got it. That's good. I have it on the other side of the table because I'm mixing paint for the portraits. Every color that goes into a portrait for skin tones and stuff is a custom color. So, okay, I'm not going to wash the brush out for this. I'm just going to pick up a little bit of Alizarin Crimson and kind of, let's start off up here. Now you see it's mixing with that yellow. That's exactly what I wanted to do. We'll put some clouds and stuff in here too as we go. But all right. Huh?
You got an alarm set on your phone or something.
Oh, okay. Did you just turn it off, babe?
I did.
All right. Okay, yeah, that's coming together pretty good. All right, I'm pretty happy with this so far, I think. Didn't pick up enough color, I don't think. A little more yellow, a little more orange, a little more yellow, a little more Alizarin Crimson. Not too worried about that Alizarin Crimson popping in right there because it kind of gives the sky some motion, and I like that. All right, that looks pretty good. Let's finish this side. All right, clean that brush. Then I'm going to change brushes just because I'm going to wipe it out and everything, but I just want to be sure. Ooh, I got a new Bob Ross brush cleaning rack. Yay! After 4 years. It looks pretty snazzy, I tell you. All right, now, I see a spot I missed though, so I get to clean the brush again. So let's just pick this up. I forgot this part. Right there inside that sail. A little red in there to set that off a little bit, and then let's, yeah, okay, that's good. Okay, okie dokie. Now let's clean the brush. I got this fancy new Bob Ross cleaning rack. My other one was so used that it almost closed the gap between the bumpers, the little wires. All right. Let's get a nice soft #1 brush. And what we're going to do is we're going to brush from the bottom up. So we're going to the lightest color first. Okay, so now you see we picked up a lot of paint. I don't think I need to clean the brush, but I'm going to wipe it off. Just use both sides of it. I think it'll be alright to clean this side of it. Or blend this side, not clean it. There we go. Alright, now we're going to pick up some of Alizarin Crimson and just kind of darken this corner just a little bit on each side. Just blending it out to give it a little more flavor. Just to kind of vignette this. Okay, good enough for that part. Okay, now the next part. Oh, that feels so nice. it's so nice. All right, the next part is going to be cleaning the sails. So let's do that. It's not a big deal, and really I probably don't have to clean the sails if I don't want to. Let's turn this around and get this a little closer to me. Get this a little closer to me. There we go. All right. I could probably paint right over that because it's going to be dry before I get there, but let's just clean the sails. We'll just start down here. Now, you'll notice, you might not notice it right away, but you'll notice it as soon as we clean this part of the sail, it pushes the sail back into the sky back into the background, and it pulls the ship up to the front again. And that's what we want. This painting's all about the sail, about those beautiful, beautiful ship sails. I've never done a ship before, so I don't know how this will turn out. I don't imagine it's gonna look like a Daryl Crow painting or something. Daryl's been doing that stuff for like 30 years. But I thought, well, why not give it a spin? I'm always painting something new, something different. The only place that's kind of, even in portraits, I don't really paint people portraits. I like to paint portraits of people I don't know, somewhat. I have painted some portraits of my buddy, little painter girl, but that's about it. She was kind enough to let me do it, and I don't like painting a portrait of somebody I don't know or somebody I do know, because they'll probably be kind to me and go, "Oh, that looks great." When in fact, they think they don't look a thing like me. So, and honestly, when I use a reference photo, most of the time, my paintings, although they might resemble the reference photo, they sure don't look like the reference photos. So, because I just kind of add my little flair to it or whatever, and that's that. So, okay. Not too worried about where this is in the shadow, but I do want to get this highlight cleaned up. So by now you should be able to see the ship sitting in front of the sky. And the sky shining back through the sails. Now we're not done with the sky yet though, but we're just going to get this cleaned up so we get to where we are, get to where we want to be. Okay. All right. Now we're going to add a little bismuth yellow to this, like over in this side, I guess. We'll add over in this side. I want the ship to be in the background. Okay, that's not even what I wanted to say. I want the ship to be in the foreground, but I want the sunrise to be really still kind of on the way. So we're going to use this bismuth yellow and see how that does. We may have to add titanium white. I don't know, that might work okay. This might work okay. And I don't want too much of this over here. I just, picked up some of that red. That's okay. I don't want too much of this yellow over here, but I do want a little bit of it. Just filtering in. Okay, that looks pretty good. Blend it. Probably going to use every 1-inch brush I have today. Now, interestingly enough, that bismuth yellow, you can actually see it even more than you could cad yellow. All right. I'm not going to worry too much about these lines. I'll paint them back in later. Let's clean this brush, and then we'll start thinking about putting some clouds in. Okay. A little cleanup on the sail, especially this one over here. Not so worried about the rigging too much, but I need to keep this part. Okay. Clouds. The original sketch, I didn't think about that too much, but so let's just let's put some titanium white out on this. Pretty good bit out there because we're gonna be using a good bit of that on the sea in a little while. I know a lot of people struggle with clouds. I don't seem to struggle with them. I mean, you can't get a cloud wrong, really, too much. It's really they kind of just float along out there. Doing their thing. All right, let's put some bigger ones up here. I'm going to bring it right onto the sail because I don't want to create an envelope there. All right. back to a 1-inch brush. Now we're going to fluff these clouds. Okay, that looks pretty okay. Now, I think this time when I clean the sails, you're going to really be able to see them pop out from those clouds. You'll see a more spectacular jump forward than what you've seen so far. My interest in doing ships has begun to grow a little bit because I worked on that. I did that painting, Breaking Up. It's a much smaller painting. It was an 8x10, and but just to kind of get used to it and see what it could do. I was pretty happy with that, so I thought I'd try something a little bigger. I would maybe somewhere in the future I would do a battleship scene, 2 fighting battles. Okay. Let's pull this back. So this is the part it's been like, I don't know about that. Part of the really, well, there's been a lot of parts of that's been like that, but we're doing the kind of mixing different types of ways that we've been doing this. So what did I do with that ultramarine blue? There it is. It's right in front of me. Duh. Okay, so now, before we put that down on the canvas though, we're gonna oil the canvas down on that part. And let's just do that again with a fan brush. Why is this thing so crooked? What the heck? What has happened here? All right. I've never had it slip or move around like that. All right, maybe that fixed it. I don't know. I'm kind of freehanding that along that line. If you don't think your hand is steady enough, you could tape it. You can let the top dry if you want, even, and then tape it. Because I tell you, if you get that medium up on the sky part, it's going to let you know. All right, now, my excitement about this, questioning about this ultramarine blue is that I'm putting in this ocean, but I haven't put in the ship yet. So, I mean, you can see the outline of the ship, but I don't know if the ultramarine blue is going to really squash that drawing. If it does, then I'm going to have to make it up, and that's going to be in paint, and that's going to be interesting thing to do. Okay, let's just do it. See what happens. So I'm just going to pick up some ultramarine blue. I don't want to put a bunch of this on here. It's really, this is Gamblin 1980 Ultramarine Blue. I like it because it's so potent. It always takes just a tiny bit to use it. And it's not really all that expensive compared to other things. Oh, you know what? Let's just don't do that. Let's don't paint it over the ship. What was I thinking? All right, so let's just kind of come up here close to where the waves are going to be, and then just, I don't know why I was thinking about that way. Okay. So maybe this will work out pretty good. We'll see. All right, now I kind of want, let's see if I can do that. I'll clean the brush. Get that. I probably have to do this a lot as I'm putting this down. Let's just start out on that horizon. And again, I'm just straight lining this. Freehanding it. Now, if you're doing this and you're trying to get it straight, move your arm and your body and not your hand, if that makes sense. I'm just see, I'm kind of using this swishy, swirly kind of. Do the same thing over here. I don't need a really super dark, a really super blue ocean here for this color. I can always add more blue if I want to, but it's really hard to take it away. So see, I just added just a little bit of blue right in there. I added a little bit more over here. It's like I missed it right there. I'm going to take the ocean right up on this, up on the boat, on the back, because I don't want to paint a halo around it. I think I need a little more blue on this side. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to clean this though, clean this brush. No, I don't think I will. I think I'll just reload it. Now, I want not too worried about this because I'm still going to paint the ship in around it, so. Okay, let's clean that brush. I think I'll just use a 1-inch brush to blend this. I could use a fan brush, but I think this will be fine. Just to calm the sea down just a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to clean the ship off. This is about as far as we're going to come today on this, but there are some things we need to do before. You can't just walk away from this way. So we're going to, first of all, we're going to clean the ship off. It just took a little bit off when I was cleaning it. I don't need to worry about this too much because we're going to paint over it. But I do want to deal with these sails and these lines. So let's do that. And that's going to take a little bit of work. Not so bad. Not so bad. Really, all we're really doing is pulling this ship back out of the thing here. And the reason that is the sails have crossed over into the black part, so they didn't get underpainted the same way as the rest of the sails. That's no big deal. It's no big deal. A lot of shadow back in here because this sail goes all the way down to the boat. There we go. I was wondering when I was painting it, like, why is the ocean going like that? And I forgot. Okay, there we go. A little bit more right here. Okay, now the rigging, we're going to have to deal with the rigging. So let's do. And the way we're going to do that is with a angle brush. Surprise! I know you guys are so surprised. My favorite brush, probably. Not really, but I use it a lot. So we put some medium on this, and this one's not sharp enough. I need a sharper one. There are these Princetons. I could use a couple more of these. I wonder where I bought those. All right. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, let's do this. And all we're really doing is just lifting the paint off of the some of it, we're leaving a little bit of it on there because it gives it a nice little highlight. I noticed when I pulled the first one down. And it seems to work better in a 2-pass format than a single pass, so that's okay. Now it gets a little difficult right here because there's a lot of paint right there from the, what is that? Drops of. Sorry y'all, you just saw my ADD in action. It all depends on how much paint you have to lift at one time. Because like right here, we're cutting through a cloud. Up there, we're just cutting through the sky, which is not that big a deal. Now, I stopped right there, you might have noticed, and the reason that I stopped is because I was moving just my hand, and because of that, I couldn't draw a straight line. All right. What the heck? Will you stop? I may have to change this for the next video because it's getting so light, it's just kind of rolling over every time I touch it. Oh boy. Okay, let's see. Here we go. I'm still going to have to clean the boat off again. Now Daryl, I don't know if he still does, but he used to have a course on just painting ships. He does a really good job with that. Daryl Crow. I think that's his name, I'm pretty sure. It's been like 4 years since I looked at any of that, but so in the beginning I was like, hey, I should paint everything. And although that's fine, first I needed to learn how to paint something, and then I could kind of branch out from there. And starting with tall ships, I don't think is probably the best place to start to get the fundamentals down. All right, now picking up some medium. This is, I don't need to cut through that. That's actually a part of the ship right there. So let's just kind of push it back. There we go. Now there's a couple more lines here still. A couple more riggers. Now, of course, we will be adding more paint to these riggers as we go, but this will get most of the paint off for us to touch them back up later. All right. So the sail comes on down like here. This one does. All the way down to here. And then this one has a sail all the way down there. And then there's rigging lines there that'll have to be highlighted, I reckon, to get them to show up right. So, all right, so let's add some highlight to the boat. I don't usually do highlights first, but let's just do it just to lay the boat out some. You can always paint over this later if we want. So I'm just applying very, very little paint. Oh. And then there's another, yeah, there's another board that runs like right here. Okay, that's too much line, but it's okay. We can cover that later. And then we get like these little dudes. Okay, that's good enough for now. That's good enough for now. Okay. All right, let's get it started. That's what I wanted to get done. Whew. This part here was very worrisome for me, so I'm really glad to get that part done. All right, guys, I'll get ready to do this again. All this is going to be in one video, most likely, 1 or 2 videos. So it won't be in quite so many parts. But hope you guys are having a good Sunday, and see you next time.